Okay, hi guys. So today I'm going to show you guys how I edit my videos, and this video was requested by Caitlin, Trinity, and a bunch of you guys. A lot of you guys have requested this for a long time, but I have just never done it, but now I will. So if you guys are wondering, I'm using a Packard Bell laptop to edit my videos, and for my editing I am using the Adobe Premiere Elements 13 to edit all of my videos for all of my channels. So for the editing, I have already started here. I'm editing the 10 signs that your rabbit is sick. So this was last week's video if you want to check that out. But yeah, I have started a little bit, as you can see here. I always begin here in my pictures, and you can see like all of my stuff here in my pictures folder, and then I always make a folder for the video that I'm going to edit. And I'm really OCD about this because I used to get, I used to lose a lot of files when I did not used to, be this OCD with it. So now I put all of my files into one folder. I always write the title here, YouTube, and then I write my channel because I have 3 channels. So I write ArtAndBeautyFreak, since this is for ArtAndBeautyFreak, and then after that I put a comma and then the title of the video. So 10 signs, like that. And then when you open it up, you can see all of the clips for that video. That's all of the clips except for the end card, which is just here on in the pictures folder. The next step that I do is to transfer them. So I click here, add media, and then files and folders, and then I just select the ones that I want and then open, but I already have done that. So what I do is I go back into the pictures folder, I click on this first one, I open it up and see if it's a video that I need. If I want it, then I add it into my video, and then I just remember this number, 9831. I always begin my video with like a little preview of what is in the video as well as a text. So to add the text, I just go up here and it's text, and then I click new text and then default text. I always click on the default text, and then this whole thing comes up. And then I write in whatever I want to write, the title and stuff like that, but I already have done that. So let's just look into the one that I have already made. And so this is the one I wrote, like 10 signs that your rabbit is sick. So I try to keep it colorful and do different fonts and stuff. You can mess around with that if you want to. Over here it says here font, and then you just click on whatever font you want and it will change. And the size, I always keep it like below 300. Usually it's around 200 or something. Like for this one it's 100, this one is 200, because I don't want it to be too big. But for this 10 one, as you can see, it's 600, but that is only because it's just 2 numbers, so that's okay. And then once I am done with the title, I usually keep the the intro of the video, I usually keep it below 10 seconds, and this is just 5 seconds. And then I just put in the next clip that I want, and this is basically the beginning of the video. This is the actual start of the video, and I always begin with saying hello or stuff like that to you guys. And as you can see here, I have a little transition, and I use the transition called Rush. And if you want to change the transition, I'm just going to click here, and then tons of different transitions come up here, and I have a ton here, and you can click on show all, and then it will show all of them. For me, I usually click on either dissolve on the slide. The slide is the one I use the most probably. I use this one, push a lot and slide a lot. And so if you want to add in a transition, you're just going to left click it and hold it, and then drag it to wherever you want to put it. Like if you want to put it in there or over here, and then you just release it and then it will stay there. I use some shortcuts for my editing, not that much, but here at the keyboard, let me show you. So the ones that I use the most are Control Z, which is undo. So Control and then Z, that's undo. And then I do a lot of Control C, which is copy, and then Control V is paste. And I always do this, Control S. Control S is save, and that is the most important thing you need to remember, guys, when you are editing. Make sure to for every step that you do, like if I finish like this step right here, there's just this part, I immediately click on just Control save. It's really quick. What I do is I just listen to the clip, and we can like listen to a part of it. If there is like an awkward pause or some kind of background noise I don't want, I make sure to delete that. So here it's really noticeable that I do change something, so I can zoom in by just dragging this part here next to the render, and just left click it, hold it, and then drag it to the right to zoom in. And I always make sure to zoom in. It's a lot easier to edit when it's zoomed in, for me at least. So then I go in and I just click where I want to, you know, delete something. So let's say here, if I want to delete something, just going to go down, and you can see this scissor. You're just going to click that scissor, and then you can see this one has been selected, and you're just going to click on that, and then click del, which is delete here on the keyboard. Then I just add in text. Like for this editing, I'm adding some text, so I am counting like 10 signs that your rabbit, you know, signs of a sick rabbit and stuff. So I make sure to add in, you know, the titles of each segment, just to make it easier for you guys to understand the video. Text is really good if you want to make sure that people are understanding what you're telling them. So like if you want to put like this, like the first part of the video is the #1 thing sign that your rabbit is sick is if they are not eating. So I made sure to put it in a bold text, really big, and then write #1. It's a lot easier if you do it like that. If you're counting something, always make sure to add in the numbers. And then I just continue adding in more clips. So I go to project assets, and then I add in the next clip. And one thing that I really love doing in this editing is going into effects right here. And here in my presets, I have made my own presets, and you can make your own presets in there and customize them. I'm just going to drag it in and put it on top of the clip like that, and just release it. And then you can see the color definitely changed, and you can see the before. You can see like it's really dark, and then after it has some color in it. So make sure, guys, to add in, you know, contrast, saturation, brightness, and stuff like that, because a video that is in this color, kind of like black and white, it's not that, you know, fun to look at. It's kind of looking boring and gloomy, and people don't usually like looking at that. So when you add in saturation, it will definitely add some more color into it, and it's a lot more pleasing for the eyes. So for like the amount of saturation I use is a lot different per, you know, video. It depends on the light outside, and it depends on who I'm filming. If I'm filming myself, usually my saturation is down to 123 right here, so you can see here. But because Pinky is in this video, I always keep it on a really high level, because Pinky does not have a skin, you know, skin tone like humans do. If you add too much saturation, you will look orange. You know, humans will look orange, but because Pinky just has fur, when you add in more saturation, it actually looks good on him, and it doesn't look fake because he just has fur, so he doesn't become orange like humans would. Something I always do is to render it. So I'm not rendering it completely, but I call it mini rendering. I know that's not the proper, like, that's not the proper name of this thing, but when you click here on this one, and when you click on enter like that, this thing will pop out and it says rendering. And the reason why I call it mini rendering is because it's not rendering completely the whole video, because when you will render the whole video, the video will be done and ready to upload. So I'm just mini rendering it so I can watch it smoothly, because now when I watch it, when you click on it like that, it's running smoothly. You can see it's orange here. That means it's not rendered yet. It has not mini rendered. If you do not mini render it, this is what you will be looking at while you're editing, and that is really hard to edit when it is like that and it's not running smoothly. So definitely make sure to mini render it, or whatever you call that. I call it mini rendering, but make sure to do that. Now once you are done editing, or I'm done editing, when I'm done editing, I always go into add media, files and folders, go into libraries, and then I click pictures. Then I go into here and I click on this ABF end screen, and this is my end screen. So I have already made the end screen in befunky.com. And what I do, so this is usually my last video here that I put in the end. I make it smaller by just dragging it from the side going inwards, and I will put it inside of the box that I made. So then I have like an end screen. Then anyways, when I'm done editing, completely done, and I've done everything and stuff, I go here to publish and save. And then I click computer. I click on AVC HD, and this is for exporting that kind of. It depends on what kind of like camera you used, and you really have to, you know, research a bit on this. I had a really hard time in the beginning finding the type that was best for my computer and for my camera and stuff. So I'm using the Canon 600D. So if you're using that, then you can follow these steps. So AVC HD, then you go into presets, and here I have made my own settings. I have called it YouTube settings. It is called YouTube settings, but as you can see, there are so many more settings here that you can choose from. And in the beginning I had no idea what to click on here, so I just clicked on one of them, and then I made my own settings. And to be honest guys, I do not remember how I did that, because I was so confused in the beginning, and I just tried to find the perfect settings for my Canon and my laptop and everything. So I just somehow made my own settings, and then I go to file name and I name it whatever, you know, the title of the video is called. So, and then I go into browse here and save in, and then I go into browse. I find my video folder that I made earlier, and I click select folder. And this thing is really important guys, make sure to click this share work area bar only, because then it will only share this part in the video. And this is one bar, this is another bar, and your whole video should be inside of these two bars. Make sure to not put anything here if you want to keep that in your video, because that will not be included if you click on this select share work bar area only. That is really important that you click on that. And also here for these things, I don't really mess around with that. So then I just click save, and then it will render and become its own video. If you guys have any more questions on how I edit or anything like that, if there's something I didn't cover in this video, make sure to write that in the description, in the comments box below, and I will make sure to answer you guys as soon as I can. So I hope this video helped you guys out, especially you Caitlin Trinity. I hope you liked the video, and yeah, thank you so much guys for watching, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye everyone. Hi guys, so today I will tell you guys 10 signs of a sick rabbit, so you will know